Hey guys, Wolvie here, and this is the Eyes on Kurasame video for the City of Final Fantasy Opera Amiel Global for the 21st of November 2020. And if you guys know this sort of thing, the last time I did something like this was back in June for both Arciela and Kais, or Keys, however you want to pronounce his name. So, like those two videos, this will be the pros and cons of Kurasame because he is a sought-after character for quite a few reasons. Now, I stand by what I said in those videos where I said something along the lines of there is no such thing as the perfect unit, and unfortunately for Kurasame and Gladiolis will be a future date. There are some things to keep in mind when you go after their stuff, and I'll go over why I feel the way I do in this video for Kurasame and in the next video for Gladiolis. Now, with that all out of the way, the usual disclaimer. Any opinion in this video is my opinion and my opinion only, and I will have links to both the Tonberry Trip and the Cydia Database website in the description below, link-wise. So with that, I will be meeting you at the banner for the Kurasame gear because some of his kit will help with how I feel about him. So, I'll be back. Okay, so I am back. So we're going to go over the information to the LD and EX weapons for Kurasame, so that way you guys know of how parts of his kit works. So we're going to jump into the LD weapon for Kurasame, which is called Red Wing. The LD ability is called Absolute Zero. So what this does is the information you see here in its base form prior to limit breaking maxing it out. And this does have the whole thing, you know, with the his infamous debuff called Hero. So this is the 1 out of 3, 2 out of 3, and 3 out of 3 for the particular LD weapon. This does focus on Kurasame's attack stat. And now we're going to jump into the EX weapon for Kurasame. It's called Boreal Blade Himuro, and this is the EX ability called Ice Reaper. And again, this is the information prior to MLB 3 out of 3 pre-realization. And this is the 1 out of 3, 2 out of 3, and 3 out of 3. Now, this is post-realization, so you have here 0 out of 3, 1 out of 3, which is a moderate raise to both max bravery and attack. This is 2 out of 3. And this is 3 out of 3. And the E tier that we are given once you get it fully purple. Now, with that bit out of the way, what is good about Kurasame and what's not so good? Now, the whole thing with Kurasame, in my personal opinion, he is a character where you need to be paying special attention of a few things. First and foremost, the duration of the hero debuff, meaning that and this is because you have to look at where your turns are for the party and where the opponent's turns are. Because if certain things are like too close to each other in the sense of like ally and target, is that you do not want to have the hero stack at 5. Now, with the buffs that, you know, Kurasame has, again, you want to pay attention to the duration and the level because of the fact that he has no way to conserve his skill uses. He also has a fairly slow recast speed for the EX weapon. So he's one of those that's like, you have to pay attention, you know, to certain things like that, alongside who he is in the team with. Now, Selfie can be one of those who can help him out with the recast speed of the EX weapon because for him, it's kind of slow. Selfie can help speed it up a little bit. And if you don't have him in the same team as Selfie, that means you have to be really even more careful with your skill uses, and hope and pray you have the means to delay, the enemy in order to make the most out of the 5 stacks of the hero. So, and this is kind of sad because it's like, because he doesn't have the means to conserve his skill uses, that means it's like you have to very much micromanage what he does, and this does hurt him in certain instances. Now, another thing to be cautious about with Kurasame is that, yes, he does have the ice enchant, but it's to himself. Now, if you want the entire team to have the ice element, this is something we don't have a sustainable means of doing at the moment in global. Now, another character, and she kind of trumps Kurasame in this ice enchant element, but although it's not on global at the moment, it will be coming out of global soon, and it's from her secondary rework. I am referring to Celeste, because if you look at if anybody knows Jet Stingray, he has a Celeste LD showcase, and quite frankly, he has a lot more information for her secondary rework, which comes with her LD weapon. And because of the secondary rework, Celeste has a far more sustainable way to enchant the ice element to the entire party, which makes her, more flexible. And this is where, unfortunately, Celeste outdoes Kurasame in this matter. So, with the ice enchant, he has it for himself. He does, on global, he does need something to do it for the entire party. However, on JP, we do know that Celeste has a far more sustainable way to enchant the ice element to the party as opposed to a single unit. So this is where the whole enchanting aspect of what Kurasame can do, Celeste has him outdone in the sense of the entire party versus himself. Now, with that being said, Kurasame in certain aspects can be seen as the ice element version of lightning, because lightning, she is tied to an element, although in lightning's case it is thunder. And Kurasame, his element is ice. So, and so that's the element. Like I said, he is very good at what he does, but the biggest cons are as follows, to do a quick recap. One, you have to keep a very close eye on everything that surrounding Kurasame. The duration of Kuro, look at the number of stacks and hit the enemies have, the duration of Kurasame's own buffs, the team composition as well. Because without taking a very careful check of who you have Kurasame with and all the other spectrums, Kurasame is going to run out of gas a little bit too quickly. And with the ice enchant, he has it to himself on global. We don't have a sustainable way to do it for the party as of yet. And again, this is on global, but we do know that Celeste will be the one that has the ice enchant to the party with her second rework, which should be coming to global soon. But Kurasame, he is great at what he does. And again, he can be considered the ice element version of lightning, because there's the self-elemental enchant and the fact that the moves are what they do. So with that, I will be, once Gladiolus comes along, I got to do my research on him. I'll be doing the same type of video with Gladiolus. I'm hoping to be on a day where I have off or have a lot of time to do so. So with that, I am done with this video, believe it or not. With Wolvie here, signing off. I will catch you all on the flip side.